You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's cracking, Che?
Oh, chelas, muchas chelas, man. We're celebrating tonight, Raider Nation.
We are celebrating. Cheers to that.
Hey, get a little cling clang. All right, man. Yeah, look at this. I'm going to take a sip before I tell you what it is.
This one goes out to Oahu Raider, Sean Hildebrand.
Yeah, so your boy Oahu Raider was out there. He was looking for some citrusy beers, man. So he was all up on that blood orange tip and all these other different things. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look for some citrus IPAs for my boy to help him out, so he can know what's up. So I was in San Luis Obispo yesterday, and I just happened to stop by a liquor store because what else is there to do but bring chelas back to the Crow's Nest. So I went up in there and I found this bad boy. I've never seen this company. It's the Aztec Grapefruit Cimarrillo or Cimrillo, I guess, IPA. And this is a San Diego style IPA brewed with Simcoe and Amarillo hops. So they combined the names of the hops to give you the name of the beer. So infused with caramel, infused with grapefruit, and then it has a little caramel malt on it, man.
The caramel is definitely there.
Very good, man.
Definitely on the front.
Let's see if you can nail the notes down. Let's see, Kenny, because you got that advanced taste buds, bro, with your cooking and stuff.
Yeah, the caramel definitely makes it, dare I say, smooth on entry. And that bitterness, that citrus is on that back end, cleans it right up.
Yeah.
Caramel doesn't hang around in the mouth too much. It's crisp.
Yeah.
For a San Diego style IPA, I expected it to be a lot hoppier. And it's not, and I'm not mad at that because you know how I am. This is very well balanced. This is a good beer. I could drink this all day long.
Yeah, man.
So if Oahu was looking for the blood orange IPA, I think you might have found one today.
Well, this is this is a grapefruit. This is a grapefruit.
Okay.
So staying with the citrus tip, right, man? Mm-hmm. I was just trying to find what else is good out there, man. I'm liking this, man. So this is what it says. You'll find these are the character notes, bro. Okay, so you got some passion fruit, a little bit of pine, and fresh juicy grapefruit.
It was definitely piney. Yeah,
but that's what you're gonna get with an IPA that's a little bit on the hoppy side. You can get those piney notes.
That grapefruit hangs out.
Yeah,
that grapefruit hangs out for a while. He comes in, sits on the sofa. You get him a glass of water. He's gonna hang out for a
You know
little
what, man? And I'm always digging on grapefruit infused in other things except for actually eating grapefruit.
Yeah,
I can't stand eating. I can't every time. And I'm like, man, I dig grapefruit in so many other things. And then I'd go to try to eat grapefruit. I'm like, man, this is the worst thing I've ever eaten, man. But shout out to Aztec Brewing Company, man. This is a delicious chela. I'm glad I found you guys. I don't know that I'll ever find you guys up here a little further north than Slow, but yeah, this was a chance for me to grab a beer that I hadn't seen before, man.
All right, well, this episode brought to you by, drop it one more time,
the Aztec Brewing Co.
There you go.
There you go.
Also, we this episode brought to you by MyBookie.com. We'll have a little plug for them later on, so make sure you click through to MyBookie.com.
That's right.
Put a pin in that. We'll come back. Follow us all on Twitter at Pillaging Pod, at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, at KaneMT6, and of course, follow the whole gang at CNPodNet, the entire Crow's Nest Podcast Network, which brings you this episode of the Pillaging Podcast.
That's right.
Make sure you check out One Nation Fanwear. Johnny's dropping some fire stuff. He's been dropping some new stuff this week. I think he's still doing free shipping if you enter PJ4F at checkout. And of course, DC4L Custom Tees. Dan wants to remind you, he's got you held down. It is now officially hoodie season in the Crow's Nest.
It is. I don't have a hoodie on.
I got
a track jacket on. But it's officially non-sweating season
Yeah.
for us, right? In
Yeah.
the crow's nest, because we be sweating up a storm all summer, bro.
We both got pants on. It's very nice right now.
Yeah, man.
I'm rocking that blacked out champion crew neck.
There you go.
But I did get myself a nice brand new pullover pillaging hoodie from DC4L this week. So
There you go.
If you guys want the zip ups, holler at Dan, bring them back. I got a zip up too, and it's real nice. Easy on, easy off. Look for some fresh new pillaging designs dropping soon from One Nation Fanwear. That's exciting, including hats. Yeah. If y'all ever want to rock a pillaging hat, you're gonna have your chance very soon.
Oh, sucka now.
So harass Johnny on Twitter. Tell him I want my hat.
I harass him right now, bro. He's in the chat.
He is in the chat. Shout out. Make sure you join us soon for our tailgate show, exclusive to YouTube. You can only find that on YouTube. There is no audio only version of that, and we will be out there at the Lions game coming up soon.
That's right.
Coming shortly, and then the New York Jets game. We'll be out there too, in New York, broadcasting live. Yes, Che will be there with us. We got a big show tonight. We're going to hit you some quick hits and a recap of today's game against the Indianapolis Colts. Kane was actually an appearance out there, so he's good luck. So you can thank him.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. The ladies have their luck, right? Mm-hmm. And we sent Kane out to Indianapolis, and we said, "Go get us some luck, though. Go bring some of that pillaging luck to this game."
Although y'all sent me to KC and we lost that one, and then y'all sent me and Kane to Denver and we lost that one. So Kane maybe riding solos. Maybe I'm the problem.
Maybe we just can't go as a group, bro.
That's it. We'll branch out. So we'll try to get hold of Kane tonight for his MVP and trash can player. If not, you already know Gent is sitting in a very, very dark room right now, waiting.
Just wait.
And we'll get to your calls at the end of the show. We had a bit of a hiccup last week, so we're going to open the phone lines hopefully later tonight. We already got a lot of voicemails in there. I'm sure a bunch of you guys, telling us hashtag bounce back.
There you go.
Yeah, that's an inside joke between me and Johnny. Yeah. All right, so let's get started, man. You ready to do it?
Let's do it.
The Oakland Raiders defeat the Indianapolis Colts 31-24.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Goddamn right. That puts the Oakland Raiders at 2-2 on the season, still tied for second in the AFC West.
That's right.
This is right where I had the team after 4 games, 2-2. I think that the optics are a lot worse than I expected them in those 2 losses.
Yeah.
And we'll see what it looks like here in Chicago, which we'll talk about later. But how do you feel? Just how do you feel right now? Real general. How you feeling, Che?
Well, listen, man, we got to be positive, right? It wasn't a pretty victory by any means, but we won by any means, right? Mm-hmm. By any means necessary. We got the dub. And at the end of the day, man, every week is different. So you can't really carry over the performance of the week before and say like, oh, this is what the team's going to look like next week. Good for the good and for the bad, right? So I'm going to be, positive about it. I'm feeling good. We're not a below 500 team right now. We're right at 500.
We're not losers anymore.
We're not losers anymore, bro. Okay, so let's ride this wave, and let's hope that this team shows up with the perseverance, with the hunger to win again in London. Now, listen, there has been some things that have happened over this past weekend to said other team that we will be facing in London. Your boy Mitch Trubisky, Yabishki, it was knocked out of the game early in the game. However, as you pointed out, they were commenting on the fact that there wasn't much of a drop off between Yabishki and his
Chase
backup,
Daniels.
Chase Daniels, man.
Chi-Town fan, get your Chase Daniels jerseys ironed and ready for London.
Hey, but you know what, man? I don't know if you guys were paying attention last week when Cam Newton was knocked out. Kyle Allen came in, played out of his fucking mind, right? And everyone was ready to like, okay, trade away Cam Newton, man. This is their new starter. And today, Kyle Allen didn't have such a great game. And people are like, oh, man, when's Cam Newton going to be healthy again? Right? So maybe this was just one of those games, man. We had a quarterback not that long ago, who came in for Derek Carr, a very famous redhead who had a good finish to a game, and we're like, yeah, Yeah, we're gonna be all right. And we all know how that ended. Okay.
Hey, we also know how Bruce Garakowski came in to save
There
the
you
rats,
go.
too, so
There you go. This is true.
it goes a lot of different ways.
This
for
is
it.
true. Oh, and I mean, Derek Carr did come in and take over for Matt Schaub too. So
Yeah.
hey, anything can happen.
You know, we're no strangers to it, and I'm sure we're not the only ones that feel the way we do about Yabishki. I'm sure Chase Daniels is a popular guy in Chicago with many fans.
Yeah,
I'm sure he is.
I'm sure he is too, man. I'm sure he is too. They're probably like, man, we couldn't wait for you to get in there. We've been waiting for this day.
Yeah.
Chase Daniels.
Yeah.
Now don't fuck it up.
All right, so let's get into this a little bit deeper.
There you go.
The Raiders opened the game with a well-orchestrated 10-play, 75-yard drive capped by a beautiful, very nice, proper touchdown pass.
That's right.
To Foster Moreau. Derek Carr went 6 for 6 for 53 yards on that drive. Interesting drive. In a way, set the tone for the rest of the game. The Colts had some extended drives too.
Yes, they did.
So I was saying on Twitter earlier in the week, John's offense, it's a divisive beast, right? Love it or hate it. Most people, seems like these days, hate it. What it is, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Love it or hate it, it's a thing of beauty when it's clicking, and it's as painful as it sounds when it's not.
Yeah.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yep. That's accurate, man.
The Silver and Black responded with a 3-and-out on defense, followed up by a one-play touchdown drive that saw newly acquired Trevor Davis go house
To the house. Take it to the house.
on a 60-yard and around. Cute, John. Real
Yeah,
cute.
That was real cute, John. That was cute.
Paper cuts. An Oakland subsequent drive after the Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs fumble, Tyrell Williams puts the punctuation on an 11-play, 76-yard drive. More
Yeah.
paper cuts.
There you go. Well, it wasn't a subsequent drive, right?
No.
Because
no.
that was after the fumble.
That's what I said.
That's right. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I heard the subsequent drive, and then I ignored the rest of what you said.
bit of a fumble.
A little bit of a fumble.
Bit of a fumble.
A little bit of a fumble there.
That's right. That was actually the edit I had to make when I was writing that too. So you kind of got inside my head right there. Vontae's perfect ejected in the second quarter for a late helmet-to-helmet collision with Colts tight end Jack Doyle.
Yeah.
First of all, Jack Doyle sounds like a made-up TV detective.
I mean, Jack Doyle sounds like somebody that you should go head-to-head contact with. Just saying.
That sounds like
I'm just saying, man.
Jack Doyle. I'm gonna hit you in the head.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't like your name, dog. I don't like you, man.
You got a punchable name, dog.
I can imagine Jack Doyle has like that really like gnarly, scruffy beard. It's not like fully in, like it's just kind of patchy. Pull up a picture of this motherfucker. I guarantee you he has it. Watch what happens, man.
You're right.
It looks like he hit puberty. Like,
Yeah, it was picture day. They had
Little
the canned TV hair.
did he go in there? Did he go into like the barbershop? He got that Beijing though. He got that Beijing spray in though.
Yeah,
He got his beard filled in for picture day.
he was sitting in there with
See him
LeBron.
I want to see him on the field. I guarantee you it's not that filled in, bro. There's little patches, little holes in his beard. So it just looks all gnarly. He doesn't really wash it.
How come they don't show LeBron James getting his head sprayed on the shot?
Because he stopped doing that shit. He's like, what the fuck am I doing, man? I look like Carlos Boozer out here.
Oh, shit.
Facts, dog. That's facts.
Why is the top of LeBron James' head in blackface?
Oh,
That's controversial. That's controversial.
what the?
All right, I need to cut it out. But seriously, this play, so we were watching this play in quick motion. It looked like a fast bang bang play. Yes, he leads with the helmet. You slow it down,
Yeah.
and it looks even worse.
Yeah.
Deserved the penalty. Che, did he deserve the ejection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the play, and like you said, when you slow it down, it's like, well, yeah, it's super obvious, right? But in live, when we saw it live, it was kind of like bang bang.
It's
like
fast.
you said,
It's
it's
a
fast,
fast
it's
play.
quick. It wasn't
Yeah.
it didn't look like he had a whole lot of time to think about it, right? But he did lower his head and he led with his head. And bro, you
Yeah.
just can't do that no more. We already know that.
You got to imagine his storyline too plays into that as well. No?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw what happened. They threw the flag, and they were like, okay, it's head-to-head contact, right? And then they waited because then they got the word that New York's going to review this, right?
Did what's his name get ejected for knocking out Josh Allen today?
I don't know.
I don't think
that's
he
a good
did.
question.
I don't think he did.
That's a good question.
He knocked Josh Allen the fuck out.
Where was Smokey standing? Smokey wasn't standing over him, bro. He was like, red. Yeah, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, he got lit up. But yeah, I gotta hand it to him, dude. He cradled that ball. He went to sleep with that ball, bro. He didn't let go. He just leaned over, man.
I seen the medical staff leaning over Josh Allen like, what does O.J. Simpson look like?
I don't know. He's OJ.
He's
just OJ.
He's black.
Hey, man, don't start this shit. OJ's on Twitter, man. He's gonna reach out to us.
And OJ's like, I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Oh man, don't do this, man.
I need to cut it out.
I don't want to see a post. Ha, pillagers. This is OJ
on the golf course. Looking for the murderer out there on every golf course.
Talking about his fantasy football team, and now it's all fucked up.
All right, I'm crossing the line. I need to slow down this IPA.
Kenny had a good time today, bro. He was having a good time.
I was out there, bro. I was out there in PG chilling with the homies. Tyrell would come up just short of another touchdown catch in the third quarter. Daniel Carlson kick would put them up 24-10. Let's talk about Tyrell Williams' would-be touchdown for a minute. Yes, the ball was a little bit behind him. That ball hits you right in the gut. It's the safest pass as can be. It could have been a little bit more towards you, but you know what? Away from the defender, low to the ground, on a string. Tyrell, you need to come up with that.
It's there, man. It's there. You gotta pull that one in. If it hits your hands and it hits your body, there's no excuse. You should be able to grab that ball. Now, we talked a little bit about that pass that
Darren Waller.
Darren Waller got his fingers on, but that was up here, right? That's a difficult catch, especially you're
turning your body.
Yeah, you're jumping, you're fully extended, and you're trying to bring it down. Has anybody ever? Well, listen, all the guys that played football, and if you played a skilled position, okay, and you try to catch the ball, just put on a pair of shoulder pads, bro. And if you haven't ever done it, put on a pair of shoulder pads and then try to go up like this and grab that ball over your head. It's not that easy, dog. It's really not that easy. You got to work through those pads. So, I can excuse the Waller. This one can't be excused. This is down here in your gut on the side. Maybe it's a little bit behind you, but it still hit your body, and it wasn't like it like skinned your body.
And you're sitting down, man.
Your body, bro.
You're sitting down.
Get that shit, bro.
You
better catch that shit.
Get it. Raider Nation was feeling good. The real ones, they were getting nervous. 24-10 in the fourth. Plenty of time for the Colts to muster an effort. Indy responded with a 14-play, 90-yard drive of their own to make things interesting. My homeboy today, Steve Esteban.
Yeah, Esteban
from the Drink Tank podcast. You can go check me out on there. That was pre-pillaging. If you thought I crossed the line tonight,
yeah, go find out what Kenny the producer used to do.
Yeah, if you listen to the Drink Tank pod, you may not listen to the show anymore. You'll be like, fuck that guy.
I don't like that guy, man.
Yeah, so my homeboy was like, "Oh, you guys got this. Don't worry about it. You guys got this." I looked over at Tone, who actually does our logo. Shout out to Tone. Basically talking about the creative media boys. I was like, Tone, don't listen to this dude. You know what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me, and then bam, this 90-play drive.
Yeah. I know. I felt the same way when I was listening to it on my way back from San Luis Obispo, and Brent Musburger goes and he says, "Oh, the game is over. That's it. Harris takes it to the house." And then he starts talking about the Raiders today held the Colts under 20 points. That's fantastic. And then he's talking about how many points we scored and how the difference between the last 2 weeks and all this kind of stuff. And before he finishes that fucking thought, touchdown, Colts. And I'm like, God damn you, bro.
Lincoln was crushing it on the broadcast today. I have to say.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lincoln, man.
Crushing it.
Shout out to Lincoln.
He get these little spurts where he's color, so he gets to jump in, and just so much information. He just drives into that, man.
Well, and then think about it, man. Who else would you want to do color commentating than Lincoln Kennedy when he lived this offense when Gruden was here, bro.
Fax
so
machine.
like this, that's a perfect dude. It's just the same thing. That's why it was so excellent to have
Rich Gannon
on the live TV broadcast, because he knows the fucking offense like the back of his hand. And he made a comment about the fucking spreadsheet that John Gruden's walking around with, and he's all, looks like it's grown a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of bigger.
He's all, it's really ridiculous how big that spreadsheet is, and it looks like it's grown a little bit.
It looks like one of those play mats. Remember when you were a kid, when you stick like the little shapes to it and all that? What do they call those?
I don't know.
I forget,
bro.
I forget.
I don't know.
This deserves a quick
Names
hit.
don't matter, bro.
This deserves a quick hit of its own. I know some of you were fuming when the Raiders' next drive ended with a 4-yard screen pass on 3rd and 10. I know it. I know you guys were heated. You're like, this is the same bullshit that they be pulling every goddamn week. I know it. I was in some of your living rooms, and I heard the conversations.
Yeah.
But people that have been calling for Curtis Riley's head got a silver and black apology in the form of an Eric Harris
That's right.
pick 6
That's right.
to seal the win.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You know what, man? There was a couple of plays that you could be like, man, Harris didn't do a very good job there. Specifically on that touchdown at the end,
Yeah.
he tried to get another interception.
He did.
Instead of going for the tackle on Ebron and just bringing him down and using up the time, he tried to make another big play, and then Ebron, of course, went house, right?
On 2 levels of that play, right? You had the blitz call with Moreau and KJ getting in there. It was 2 gambles, and we're gonna get into that. But ballsy on that 4th and 6 right there. Bonus hit for y'all today. In case you forgot, Nevin Lawson comes off the suspension list this week. Have we seen the end of Curtis Riley this season? I know they don't play the same position, but someone's got to go.
This is true. And listen, a lot of people were. I think Kane made the argument last week about how he felt that J.J. Nelson and Ryan Grant shouldn't have been kept on this team because they weren't going to be serviceable as far as like special teams went and that kind of stuff, right? And then when we let him go, he was like, man, this is why I said we shouldn't have kept him. But there was a lot of shit that took place to force Ryan Grant off this team, right? We lost Harris. We needed a return specialist. And so we go and we get this guy from Green Bay. We get Trevor Davis. And
he's running
your
like
dude balled out today, okay?
He did.
He balled out today, and then we lose our linebackers. We lose our boy. Why can't I think of his name right now? Why can't I think of his name? 55. Come on, somebody help me out here. Somebody help me out here, man.
Perfect.
No, not 55.
Perfect.
He was 55. He's 52 now.
Markel Lee.
Markel Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Markel Lee goes out. He's out for the season, and then Perfect got suspended. Got kicked out of the game. Who knows if he gets a suspension as well. So we were low on linebackers, so we had to go out and grab a couple linebackers. We picked up a couple linebackers, and we had to fill those spots. So you got to get rid of somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean that was like it was a bad call to keep those guys. You thought you kept the people you thought you were gonna need, and then all of a sudden your needs change, and you got to switch up. So you cut Grant. And now we got to see what's going to happen because now we have, some other things in question. We got our right guard who was replacing Gabe Jackson, who we heard during the presser, who might be out for the rest of the season, which sucks because Devy was doing a really good job as the backup guard, man.
Yeah.
So expect more changes. That doesn't mean that these guys it was a wrong move to keep these guys on the squad, man. It wasn't a wrong move. You filled the spots as necessary. That's all I got to say to that. That's all I got to say to that. There you go. Injury report. Oh, okay.
Nice segue, Chad.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. Devy goes down today. Up comes Denzel Good. Gruden does say now that Gabe Jackson should be back after the bye. That was going into this game. It'll be interesting to see if they move up his timetable against Chicago. That's to be a tough defense to come back from after injury.
Yeah.
So want to have him, and DV's out for the year with a torn pec, right?
Is that what it was? Torn pec?
Yeah, that's what I had read.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
That sucks, man, because I really liked what he was bringing to us, bro. That was that made me feel comfortable once Gabe came back, that we had a guy that was so solid that if we had some kind of interior line loss, and I think you made the point that you might even throw him out at tackle if necessary, right? If needed, because you trusted him more than Sharp and your boy Brandon. But yeah, man, that's a big loss for us, because now we saw what it looked like after he was gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gabe Jackson, hurry back fast, bro. We need you. Desperately.
God forbid good goes down next week, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, man. Knock on wood. Now.
Fact.
There you go. Thank you.
There it is. Silver and Black Facts this week brought to you by MyBookie.com.
That's right.
Derek Carr versus Jacoby Brissett. Both QBs did a decent job of spreading the ball around, hitting 8 receivers each over the span of 4 quarters. Also, both QBs stayed relatively clean this week. Carr getting sacked once and Brissett not going down at all. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They brought the pressure. They were around him. They were around him for sure, but they just couldn't finish, man. We saw Key get there, not finish. That blitz, that final blitz at the end, and where you had KJ and you had Morrow coming in. Was it Morrow? It was Morrow, right?
Yeah.
Morrow coming in, and they just got moved. They got displaced just enough for him to sneak through. But I think we kept them uncomfortable.
Yeah, Key was close on a couple.
You know?
Mad Max was in their face all day. Raise your right hand if you like Mad Max.
There you go. Hey, you ever play a pickup game with Max? Go away from his right hand.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker's going to block the shit out of you if you go to his right hand, dog. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's it. Derek Carr completes 21 to 31 for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns, both in the first half. Josh Jacobs, 17 rushes for 79 yards. Oakland rushes for 188 yards. Josh also had 2 catches for 30 yards. Just saying, we need to get him involved more in the passing game.
Yeah.
We've been saying that.
Listen, man, this dude, without a shadow of a doubt, this dude is who Mayock and Gruden thought he was. And he is the guy that we thought he was after we picked him at 24. We're like, you know what? This was actually a really good pick. Wow, I like this guy. This guy looks good. He looks like he has a lot of potential. While we're seeing that the potential was real, right? He's living up to that pick. And the guy's he's a playmaker, man. Get the ball in his hands any way you can. And the same thing goes with our boy Waller, man. Get the ball in his hands.
Get the ball in his hands.
Those are the playmakers, man.
Yeah. So Derek Carr, again, we talked about bounce back this week. You know, the Colts we can get back on track against. And it's not a surprise that the Raiders keep the ball on the ground, right? I think that the Colts, they're ranked near the bottom of the league in rushing defense. Where are they? Actually, they're up there. They're actually ranked 9th in rushing defense, which is surprising because going into this, that's all I was reading about. You know who's actually ranked 29th in rushing defense is the Chicago Bears.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, that makes me feel good. It feels good. That makes me feel good, man. Hey, let's run the ball. And listen.
Oh, my bad. This table is flipped.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, so 29th actually is about 4th in the league. So, yeah, 9th Indianapolis ranked near the bottom. They're in the bottom 10 of the league. My bad.
So, this is flipped based off of who gives up the most yards.
I thought that was wrong. I thought that was wrong. Yeah.
You got to hit that. You got to hit that button, though.
I know. Got to flip that around.
Okay, so never mind then.
So, no big surprise there. So, it's, you know, we were critical of Carr last week. I don't think we were too critical of Carr. I don't think, you know, we are Carr bashing per se. But it was time for us to be critical. And before you say again that we were flip-flopping, we warned you at the beginning of the season, this is the year where all the excuses go out the window and we're critical of Carr. I don't care that the starting Z did not make the final roster. I don't care about all of that. He's got a line in front of him. Debbie's been playing well. You know, Incognito's back now. Yeah. And even in his absence, it wasn't terrible. I mean, the Minnesota game was ugly, but Derek Carr still missing a lot of opportunities. This week he got the job done, but again, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah.
Didn't ask him to do too much, but he did make the long throws. Derek Carr looked good in this game. I'm not saying he didn't, but is it enough to restore your confidence in Derek Carr going forward, Che?
Listen, there was positives and negatives today. It wasn't all fucking, stars and fucking, bubbles and fucking. We weren't happy 100% of the time during this game, bro. Okay, we weren't living on cloud nine all game long. We were fucking stressed. Okay, and anybody in this chat that's with me right now, that's with us, listening to us, y'all were fucking stressed to the very last minute of the fucking game. Okay, because you thought, shit, are we gonna be able to hold on to this game?
Yeah.
Are we gonna fucking shit the bed at the end of the game and let Indianapolis steal this one? And that wouldn't have happened if everything went perfect or as planned, right? So there was some opportunities missed, I would say. But overall, you know what, man? I listened to the radio broadcast and I was angry. I was angry at Carr. I was like, God damn it, 3 and out. I was, probably what everybody else was doing if they weren't actually seeing the actual game on TV. But then I got home and I started watching it a little bit. I started seeing drop passes, right? I started seeing maybe just a bad play call, right? So I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway, but I still feel like there's some things that Carr left on the field today. And I'm hoping that he's moving towards the right direction. That's it, man. We want Carr to succeed because that is a good thing for us. Okay, Raider Nation who wants to see Carr leave and let's bring in another guy, or let's go try to trade for a backup somewhere or some shit like that. Like, that's not going to benefit us this season, and it's not going to benefit us next season either, man. We'll probably end up with a high draft pick of our own, and then people will probably be like, draft one of the quarterbacks, right? Mm-hmm. But who's out there? Tua's out there. He's probably the favorite, right?
Yeah.
Do we end up with the number 1 pick? Do you really think the Raiders are going to be the worst team?
No.
Miami Dolphins haven't won a fucking game. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I don't think they're going to win a game.
No.
So you're not going to get the number 1 pick. So that means Tua's probably gone to the Dolphins. Okay? Because they don't have a fucking quarterback. Josh Rosen got traded over there, but it doesn't look like they're really committed to him long term. Fitzpatrick, you already know that guy's like, he's a 1-game guy, and then he shits the bed after that. So I don't know. We want Derek Carr to succeed, and if you ain't in that boat, then you ain't really hoping that this team succeeds at all, because there's a lot of things that have to happen in order for us to get one of these so-called star quarterbacks, and then it's still a wait and see game. Right? So you better be praying every night that Derek Carr just keeps improving on his game. Keeps improving. Gets that mentality that he's not going to give up and he's going to win, and we get that Carr from 2016. And if we do, then that's good. Then we can fucking fill in all the other spots that are missing, and we can develop a winner, right? But yeah, I mean, that was a very long-winded and extended fucking explanation, but I saw good things, I saw bad things, but we got the W. That's what really fucking matters. Let's go in next week and get another one.
Let's do it. The Raiders did manage 188 rushing yards on the ground on the strength of Trevor Davis, 74 yards on 2 carries, and a not too shabby 79 yards on 17 carries by Josh Jacobs. Josh not breaking the 100-yard mark on the ground today. Total yards, yes, but it was a very effective 79 yards. Josh had some deep runs in the first couple drives to basically keep us on schedule, keep the offense on schedule, and late in the game, he had the 17-yard pickup. A drive that could have been a backbreaker,
right.
That didn't finish, as I had mentioned previously with the screen pass on 3rd and 10. But Jacobs effective in key moments during the game, doing everything he had to do, and the 2 receptions were really nice. 2 receptions for 29 yards.
Absolutely.
Can't be mad at that. No surprise, again, that they kept the ball on the ground and did what they did. It was really nice to see the trick play dialed up by John Gruden. Kind of weird that they went back to it again, but hey, I guess you got to see if it's still there. The Raiders defense held Marlon Mack on the opposite side and the Colts to just 81 yards rushing. Mack accounted for just 39 of those yards on the ground. Again, they were behind early, so they were kind of in our place,
right?
That we've been in.
I was like, okay, the Raiders' rush defense came back this game, but then you look at it, they were back. They were down 14-0 right away, and it could have been more than that, right? So it's almost like Indy has to they kind of had to abandon the run game for the most part. So I don't know. Next week, we got a team with a banged up quarterback. They got a young running back over there. So I would assume they're going to rely heavily on the run. We're going to get a better feel for how good our run defense is again, right? We saw what it was against a stud running back in Minnesota. Let's see what happens with Chicago, man. Let's see what happens with Chicago. The defense is going to give them plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we better hold the bar in.
Yeah,
we better hold the bar in.
It's ball control. It's going to be death by 1,000 paper cuts. And we're going to get into that Chicago game and in just a little bit.
And real quick, shout out AJ Cole, man. Keep hitting them fucking 50-yard punts and we'll be all right.
We like that.
Yeah.
We like that a lot. Whitehead and Joyner led the team in tackles today, I think with 8 and 7 respectively, something like that. Joyner in the backfield multiple times today, 2 tackles for loss, and he was around the ball early and often, as was KJ. 6 total tackles for the loss on the day for the Oakland Raiders.
There you go.
You'd like to see that.
Hell yeah.
That run defense seems to be legit. Again, like you said off the air, as long as the offense isn't leaving them out to dry. These 3-and-outs punishing the defense. So today, those long sustained drives did what they needed to do to keep the defense fresh. That's what the system is designed to do, but it all has to work together. When it doesn't, when components start to fall apart, that's when the Raiders seem to be scrambling. So ahead of schedule all day today in every facet of the game, and it leads to a win. You're not going to be able to do that against teams like the Bears, though. So how can we adjust? How can we keep Derek Carr calm and pacified in the pocket? You got to keep him clean.
And real quick, man, let's give a props to the defense for being able to come back after they lost Burfict, because we all know that Burfict is the leader of the defense. He's the one that gets everyone in position. He's the one that knows everybody's fucking what they're supposed to do on every single play. He knows that defense like the back of his hand. So when they lost Burfict, you could tell. You could see it was a little bit like, oh shit, what do we do now? And the play on the field showed that, because Indy drove down the fucking field and scored. Now they bounced back and they were able to get back on their fucking feet and make some plays and keep Indy from fucking, getting too close, essentially, right? Because we led the entire fucking game.
Yeah. We
led the entire game. Indy never took the lead from us. They never tied the game up. And you got to give credit to the defense, because if had that happened, we might not be sitting here so happy.
Yeah.
If that game gets tied up, the mood changes, the momentum changes, and all of a sudden you're looking like, oh shit. Like,
it was real quiet in there to start the game, and that crowd got rowdy after their first score. So, they had the potential of getting really loud in there. And again, you're right. The defense did their job to keep things quiet over there. This offense is not designed to be getting into shootouts.
No, absolutely not. Like you said, death by 1,000 paper cuts. That doesn't get you down the field very quickly.
Paper cuts.
Right? And you're gonna end up having some fucking drives where they stall out and they don't turn out very well. They don't get points on the board. So when that happens, you need a defense that can at least react and get you the ball back to give you another opportunity. That's what they did. They did that tonight. They did that today, not tonight. This morning. I forgot what I was going to say, but go ahead.
Good.
Yeah.
Good close right there. Good close.
I had a thought, man. And then I lost it, man.
You still finished better than Arden Key. Arden Key needs to learn how to finish. That's where I'll leave that. I think it's a good time to take a break. We're going to come back on the other side. We're going to try to reach out to Kane and or Gent when we get back, and we'll break down. We gave you the nice overview. We're going to give you the good and the bad, and a little bit of a look ahead to Chicago.
There you go.
I think we know our opponent pretty well. I think a lot of Raider eyes have been on Chicago
I got my point back, bro.
Bring it.
This is what I was going to say. Shame on Indianapolis fans. Okay? Because those motherfuckers left when they were still down 2 scores.
Yeah.
And Brent Musburger and Lincoln Kennedy were talking about, like, they just gave up on the fucking team. There's nobody here. It's all silver and black in the stadium, and they're the only ones making noise. So they could have really used you guys when the Raider offense went back on the field and fucking ran the ball twice for a first down.
Good point. Good point.
Raider Nation, let that be a fucking lesson to you as well.
Stay to the end.
Stay your asses in your seats and fucking cheer this team on to the end. I don't care what the fucking score is, man.
How many times do we have to tell you that?
Yeah, how many times do I gotta say?
You know, what do you expect out of Colts fans? They booed Luck. Jacoby Brissett's no slouch. I think Brissett's a capable quarterback in this league. I knew that before seeing him this season. We've seen flashes out of Brissett when he's had to take the field in the past. And not only that, regardless of what you know about Brissett, it's sad to lose your guy Luck. Booing him out like that, not classy, and you're not giving much confidence to your new starting quarterback or the teammates around him.
And you probably ain't getting Luck back. I'm just saying, if Luck just decides, you know what, I feel good now.
Yeah, forget about it.
I think I want to come back and play. You think he's going to play for you? You booed him out when he's fucking crying about having to retire because his body can't fucking take the heat no more?
Yeah, have fun watching him in New England when Tom Brady announces his retirement. You know,
don't do that to us, Kenny.
You know how this league works, bro. You know how it works, right?
God. No, bro. Don't do that, man.
Jay almost flew out the building right now. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and see you guys on the other side.
Yeah.
At the end of a hard week, it's good to sit down, Shay, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Rest your feet.
Absolutely.
Take some time off.
There you go.
Crack a chela.
Oh, yeah.
Watch some football.
Absolutely.
Game-winning touchdowns, 2-minute drives, running backs racing down the sidelines with nobody that can stop them. Or Trevor Davis. There's nothing else like the NFL, and there's no better way to make the games even more exciting than to bet your hard-earned money on them. Don't listen to what your wife says. You know football. You're smart. You want to make money. Do the smart thing and go to mybookie.ag. No one gives you more ways to win than they do. MyBookie's got the fastest payouts and better lines than any other sports book. Don't forget, where you're betting is just as important as who you're betting on, and mybookie.ag is the best in the business. It's where I play. It's where you should too. That's right. I want to be telling you guys, MyBookie isn't the best out there. If they weren't. That's why I quit my job. And I'm doing this podcast full time.
I like it.
I'm rich on that MyBookie.ag money.
There you go.
You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I like it, man.
I know there's a lot of smart guys that listen to the show. I know there's a lot of guys that I saw Justin Robbins parlay, J-Rob's parlay yesterday. He was like showing me the teams he picked. And I was like, I think Bills are going to cover the spread. And he's like, nah, dog. Bills covered the spread.
Yeah, they did.
I told him to take the Giants over Washington. He was like, I don't think so. Saquon's out. I'm like, bruh, I think DJ is going to be all right. He took Washington. He should have listened to me, and he should have taken his money to mybookie.ag. Yeah. So if you're the kind of guy that likes to bet a little and win a lot, try a parlay. Hit up your boy Kenny Stabler before you do. All your picks come through. You'll multiply your winnings, and no matter how you bet, the NFL season is the best time of year to make money. To do with mybookie.ag. Join now, and MyBookie will double your first deposit. Use promo code PILLAGING to activate the offer. That's promo code PILLAGING in all caps. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid. Cash money. Get your parlay in. Lines are going up real soon if they're not up already. By the time you hear this, lay your money down. Lines only ship during the week. Get in early, folks. Those lines are hot and fast. And then call in next week. Tell me how much money you made and send 10% to PayPal.me/PJ4F.
That's right.
We'll get into the donations a little bit later. Shout out to mybookie.ag. Make sure you give them a visit. We're going to take a short break, and we will see you guys on the other side. We out here.
Yo. And
we're back. myself and the illustrious Che by my side.
That's right.
Let's get into the good and the bad really quick. Let's do an MVP and a trash can player. Just give it to you, Che, man. Who's your MVP of this game?
MVP of this game, man. I'm gonna give it to Eric Harris, dog.
You the real MVP.
I mean, the man made the play on defense.
Mm-hmm.
He picked the ball. He took it to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Put us up 2 scores. That was the difference in this game because Indy came out and they fucking scored right away. So had he not done that, who knows? Who knows what happens, right? So Eric Harris has to get the MVP of the game, though.
Fair enough.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one to Derek Carr.
Okay.
You the real MVP.
I think first half by Derek Carr, especially that first drive, 2 touchdown passes to put the team out ahead early, allows this offense to get right into the comfort zone of where it needs to be and sit on this ball and pound away. And I can't argue with your pick either. Eric Harris definitely iced this game for us. So Derek Carr for the start, Eric Harris for the finish, both sides of the ball, get an MVP, and we're happy.
I appreciate that, man.
But
I
now,
can appreciate that.
Now we got to settle on a trash can player in this game. Who do you got, man? I mean, who do you really got in this game? It's a tough one because I feel like the Raiders did pretty much everything right here. You know, do you want to give it to Paul Gunther for a second half offense? Do you want to give it to John Gruden for sitting on a lead and not icing this earlier? Who do you really want to give this Reggie Nelson Trash Can Player of the Week award to?
Well, I'm not going to give it to the coaches because, as we all know, at the end of the day, they don't play. They don't play on the field, right? They throw out concepts, ideas, things that they think will work, and it's up to the players to go out there and do their job and do it to the best of their abilities to make it happen. Like we talked about, there was some drop balls and miscues and things of that manner on offense that really kind of fucking kept us from maybe putting the game away. So I'm not going to put it all on Gruden. I think there's some play calls that could have been changed. It could have been a little bit different. I think he shakes his head on the sidelines quite a few times thinking like, fuck, shouldn't have gone there. I shouldn't have done that, right? But he's not the guy on the field. He's not the one trying to make the play. So I'm not going to put it on him. The trash can player of the game.
Do you give it to Vontaze Burfict?
Damn.
Because like you said, that defense sagged when he went out the game. And he knew damn well what he was doing with his head when he dropped that neck.
You know what? I was going to say somebody else, but now that you say that, yeah.
That's tough.
It's a tough call, but you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Vontaze leaving the game had the biggest effect on this team, and very well could have cost us the game because you're taking out the defensive leader of this squad, and basically you're putting in Whitehead, who's, you know, it's his second year in the system, so he should have a pretty good grasp of it. But I think without a shadow of a doubt, we got a middle linebacker in Burfict that has that defense down to a T.
Yeah.
There's no hesitation on where he thinks people should be. There's no hesitation in where he tells you, listen, you got to do this or you got to go there. He's the guy that you can always rely on. He's like your backup plan, right? Like if you forgot a fucking play or if you're not sure about something, all you do is look to Burfict. He'll make sure that you're in the right spot.
Perfect.
Yeah. And Whitehead isn't that guy yet. I don't know if he's meant to be that guy. Maybe he's the guy that's supposed to just like.
He's just a guy that shows up and tackles, man.
Yeah, he just goes out there, uses his athleticism, and has Burfict tell him, yo, this is where you got to be, right? So when Burfict left that game, man, it was bad timing, one, because as we all know, we've had our troubles with maintaining our offense and our scoring. So to put all that pressure on the defense to keep us in this game and not give up the lead, that was that wasn't the best thing to do, Burfict. So come on, dog.
Yeah.
You know the rules, dog, and we said it's a bang bang play, but you still led with your head. You put your head down. You knew what you were doing. And you already have a history of this shit, dog.
That's it.
So
that's the key right there.
That's going to kill you every time. And I don't even know what's going to happen because I don't think this is necessarily the end of it. Like he got kicked out of the game.
Mm-hmm. He'll be fine.
There's going to be a fine.
There could be a suspension.
I would hate to see a suspension, but I wouldn't be shocked if there was a suspension because of his history. Like you said, man, he probably doesn't get kicked out of the game if it wasn't for his history, and he probably doesn't get suspended for multiple games if it's not for his history. So that's pending, right? We'll see. Yeah. We're not jumping to conclusions, but we're just saying brace yourself, Raider Nation, because it's very possible that people say like, you know what, this is we've had enough of this. You know, we're gonna make our point, and what better time than to take it out on the Raiders because that's what we like to do, anyways.
Yeah. We'll see if Jack Doyle goes and freezes his feet off next week. How severe that hit was. Not to make light of an awful situation, but everybody's thinking it, right? We'll see if Jack Doyle's switching his helmets up next week or not. We'll see if Jack Doyle enrolls in online college or not.
Good.
But yeah, man, that's the thing, Vontaze. You know your storyline. You know the big picture. You know what's at stake. You are the leader of this team. You have your teammates backing you up all offseason, trying to clear your name for you.
Yeah.
And the Raiders just got out from underneath several storm clouds. Yeah. Obviously the AB thing and then the horrible showing the last 2 weeks in the game, and the question marks are out there again. And, dare I say the tank mongers are returning to the social media airwaves, claiming, are the Raiders tanking again? Are they increasing the value of that first round pick? No, man, no, I saw it. It started. It's begun. So, Vontaze, be very careful and be aware of who you are and what you're bringing with you to this team, because we like you. Here at the Pillaging Podcast, we supported the signing from day one. We questioned it a bit, but we like Vontaze and we like his attitude. You came here in the offseason and installed this defense. Yeah. You're a PG guy. PG speaks very highly of you. There's no coincidence why you're on this team. And so be careful out there. I know hits like that. It sounds strange, but I know that comes from a good place. I know you're out there just trying to thrash and cause as much damage as possible. That's your job on defense. Just be wary of what body part you're using to do so. Put your shoulder into it, bro. I don't know what to tell you, dog.
Yeah, man. He's an old school type of player, dog. Vontaze is an old school type of player, and he's out there to intimidate. He wants to set a tone for the game. He wants that offense to know, listen, every single time you come across my way, I'm gonna fucking hit you. There's gonna be contact. You're not just gonna pass through here or catch a ball in my area and not get touched, right? He comes from that mindset. He comes from that style of play. But we all know rules have changed, and you gotta be conscious of that, dog. Like you said. Fucking slide your head over, use that shoulder. Now, I don't know how effective or how different that is, or even if that's better health-wise for the hitter, for the defensive player, because I think that's part of the reason why we have Abram sitting out for the rest of the season, right? Because everyone's trying to make those adjustments to the way that they create contact.
Well, Abram's also like 5'9", $180 or something like that, so... I think Burfict with those pads, man. Burfict looks like one of them old school plastic muscle wrestling action figures that used to get.
There was it just
out of the quarter machine.
They just stuck in this position like this.
Yeah, Burfict's.
They just moved as a shoulder joint like
this. That dude's made out of bricks. That's all I'm saying. So we hate to do it, but yeah, man. I think just for the ramifications that may be looming. After that hit, the fallout, I think you deserve that trash can this week.
Yeah.
Hate to say it. Like the energy, though. Like the energy.
Absolutely, man.
Some of the good in this game, obviously the Raiders' first half coming out. Again, I think the Minnesota game was the only game we haven't scored on our opening drive. Looked really solid in that first quarter. Quick strikes, quick scores, intuitive offense. Even that first drive, I think we hit them in that left zone 3 times in a row and then bring it back to the right with an off-tackle run play, something like that. Looking really good, mixing it up, keeping the ball safe, ball control, just crisp, clean, all the way down the field. 10 plays, the story. 4th and 5 now on 4th down conversions. Another good spot in this game.
There you go.
4th down conversion. So 4 or 5 on the year. John Gruden willing to gamble a little bit.
You know what? I think Gruden, he's the kind of coach that's like, you think he's just being super conservative, and then he'll just like, fuck that, let's go. Let's get this play right here.
Yeah.
And that's because he's got some big old fucking some big old pelotas, dog. That's some balls, dog.
Adios, pelota. So overall, 53 plays from scrimmage for the Raiders offense today, 21 first downs, paper cuts, bro. Paper cuts.
21 first downs.
21 first downs. And I think Indy had like 22. They had a very similar approach too. They had a very similar approach today. Just really kind of, dunking their way down the field and trying to run the ball. Marlon Mack, they tried to get him going. It wasn't quite working. But 22 first downs for the Colts. So let's look at, now that I'm here, what's the 3rd down rate on here? I'm actually not seeing it right now. Oh, here we go. 3rd down efficiency, Raiders 5 of 12, the Colts 6 of 16. So on offense. So again, pretty even game all the way around. Just really about the Raiders capitalizing when they need to, and of course that interception at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Time of possession 33 minutes for the Raiders, 26 for the Colts. Again, good, lopsided in that way. I mean, we've been even in these losing attempts, we've pretty much won or kept even the time of possession battle.
Yeah.
Paper cuts will get you there. And then last on my good list is the defense, and you mentioned this. The defense stayed in the game the whole way.
Yeah, man. I mean, they didn't lose focus. Burfict goes out. They give up a score. Perfect. But they come back out, and they hold up their own, man. Like, listen, there was definitely a momentum shift. Okay, the stadium got back into it right when Indianapolis scored, and then they're driving and they get into the red zone, and it looks like they're gonna score another touchdown, and they're about to fucking tie this whole thing up, right? Or no, at that point I think it was 21-7. Mm-hmm. So they're driving, and it looks like they're about to score, make this 21-14, and the defense holds up, mm-hmm. and they hold them to a field goal, mm-hmm. and instead of going in to halftime 21-14, we're going in 21-10.
Yeah,
that matters, man.
Huge difference.
That's huge difference, dog.
Yeah.
So you got to tip your hats to the defense because they didn't break. Yeah, they didn't like lose focus. They didn't say like, oh man, like they didn't feel bad for themselves because they weren't getting to the quarterback. They didn't feel bad for themselves because they lost their defensive leader. They didn't feel bad for themselves when fucking Indianapolis is converting 4th downs. They just kept playing.
Yeah.
They stayed in it.
They did.
And they waited for an opportunity. And then that opportunity came.
Even at the end here, and this is actually on my bad list, the Raiders going to that patented Chuck Bresnahan prevent defense is what it looked like. But if you really, I think, when the coach's film comes back, we get to see more of the field. Raiders playing a good mix of man and zone on the day, which you pointed out. But they're on that final drive when they're trying to make a push. Raiders really go to man, and the Colts did a good job scheming to get those DBs out of the area. They send their receivers deep, left a lot open underneath, and they're picking up chunk yardage underneath the defense. At the very end there, and you get the gamble. It's a 4th and 6, and so the Raiders say, "Hey, let's take a shot with the blitz. Let's go for it." And they whiff. And who was that? That was, you said, Eric Harris going for the interception right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
The house stuff.
Yeah. So, the Raiders stayed in it, bend but don't break, and close out a game. That's key. And on the road, you got to take that one and head it in Chicago next week. Also on the bad list, again, the conservative offense in the second half is going to piss off a lot of people. I know that's going to piss off a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I know it was. We mentioned it on that 3rd down play. They go with the screen pass, and it's like, but taking care of the football, you can see how quickly a turnover can change things or ice things. I mean, Eric showed you that at the end of the game. So it's frustrating to watch. Again, it hurts when we lose those paper cuts. They hurt. They can backfire on you. But today it worked for him. It's just one of those things. John's offense, everything's got to go right for it to work, and that is frustrating. I will agree with that. But once this team finds that groove, it's going to be really hard to stop all those paper cuts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the other reason why Gruden schemes that first and second series so like specifically, right? Because he understands once he has that lead, he understands his style of coaching, which is to like hold on, right? So it's imperative that we fucking score on those first couple of drives, if not the first few drives, because then when it comes to the second half and if you're down, things get a little rough, man. We saw that shit in Minnesota when the first scripted plays don't turn out the way you expected them to. Shit gets away real quick. Yeah. So it's very, very much a necessary thing for us to score early and often so that Gruden can play his, he can get that style of coaching out there in the second half. If we got a 21-0 or a 21-7 lead or even more than that, then you can feel a little bit more comfortable with him being conservative in the second half. As soon as if that thing's like 10-7 or whatever it may be, maybe tied up, you don't feel very good about it.
No, and I will give credit to Derek Carr because there's times on this offense where you got to hit those intermediate and deep routes.
Yes.
And Derek did that in this game. That first drive capped off with a 17-yard pass. That was a beautiful pass in tight coverage and a shot that took some pelotas to pull off.
Yeah, big old pelotas.
And Derek did it, so he pulled the string on that. Also on the bad list, 11 penalties today for 80 yards. Kind of a killer there. Dropped passes. You've been calling this one out. Derek Carr not getting a lot of help today with some of these drop passes. The obvious big one in the end zone by Tyrell Williams.
Right.
I think early on was that DeAndre Washington. It was late second half.
Yeah, DeAndre Washington had one. I think he ran he just kind of did a little release and he dropped it. That could have been a first down. Could have become something. It could have kept the drive alive, and instead, it stalls things out, man. Stalls things out. So we need our guys, when you get the opportunity and you get a pass thrown to you, catch that fucking ball, man. If it hits you in the chest, hits you in the stomach, there's no excuse, man. Anybody who's played football has heard their coaches chew them out and say, like, did it hit you in the stomach? Did it hit your hands? You should have fucking caught that.
Yeah.
That's how it should be in the pros, man.
Definitely, absolutely, 100%. Without a doubt. Let's get through some phone calls right here.
All right.
And then we'll open up the phone line once we get through these voicemails.
Here we go.
Let me bring this up really quick here.
Handle it.
Got a lot of calls here, so we'll see if we open up the phone lines. Let's see how long it takes us to get us through these. Let's go.
Kenny, Jay, Pillagers. This is London Raider. Getting pretty excited for next week now after that excellent road win. Really glad that the Raiders are finally coming to London with a decent win and momentum behind them, rather than the shit shows we've had to put up with in the past. No reason why we can't beat that Bears team, although we'll see what goes on with their QB situation. Got to give a big shout out to Kane today. Not only did he pillage the Colts, he pillaged that chicken and waffles pretty hard from what I could see. And he pillaged my fantasy team pretty badly as well today. So hope you have a good flight back from Indianapolis, Kane. And I'm going to beat your ass later in the playoffs, don't worry. Was pretty pleased with DeAndre Washington's run in today, especially the third quarter, giving Jacobs some rest, allowed Jacobs to run out the game in the fourth quarter, classic Gruden style. That kid's just getting better and better. Shout out to What's Raider, where you at, man? I used to love your videos, especially all the ones showing Cliff Branch, rest in peace. We're missing that kind of speed that bitch from Pittsburgh was supposed to offer. And that leapt off the screen, man. Hope you're doing okay. What else have we got here? Carr, I think that's his limit as a quarterback. He's just checked down Charlie still. Even with loads of time, still dumping it off to tight ends and running backs. Game manager. It is what it is. Anyway, any pillagers coming over to London, the pub is the Admiralty on Trafalgar Square. I will be there from Thursday onwards. Hope you're meeting up with Vic and Scott and some of the other journos. Anyone who wants any info in London, hook me up at London Raider. Go Raiders!
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, London Raider. Good call, man. Good call. Yeah, I mean that is what Carr is. I mean, he's capable of pushing the ball. I think he's a slightly above check down Charlie, but definitely not the gunslinger that represents the number 4 that he wears on his chest. Yeah, I mean it is as long as his defense can stay in the game and Josh Jacobs remains effective and Derek Carr doesn't get happy feet. I was much more impressed with his footwork today. He even created a couple opportunities for himself. So I think it's just really at this point, week to week, the defense we're going up against, we could very well see Derek Carr that we were harping on last week return next week. So, we'll see. Let's see here.
Oh, fucking A, man. What a day. It's WAP. Did the Raiders win? Yes, they did. Did they look good? They looked pretty decent. Offense looked all right. Defense kept them in the game. Didn't get to see much because I was working all fucking day. But before we start crowning Carr's back and everything, how about we let that motherfucker put 2 good games together before we start saying Carr is back? Did he look great? Yes, because what he's put up so far is Jack Diddley shit.
Okay.
Am I happy they won? Yes. That doesn't mean I still don't think Carr's not the one. Because to me, it was good. It was a good game. Everybody played well. And that's what we want. We want to see wins. We want to see some better throws. They look good. He looked all right. But I'm going to wait before I start saying Carr is back. Carr is the dude. I want to wait because he's got to put more than just one good game together. And he's got a big game next week against the fucking Bears. And I still want to see what Carr can do. So with that being said, fucking A, the Raiders won. Hell yeah. But other than that, I'm a happy dude, but that doesn't mean that they got to put more shit together, man. I'm not going to be jumping up and down screaming, fuck yeah, we're back on track. No, we're not. We just got even. It's time for us to start stacking them fucking wins up. And I want to see them beat the dog shit out of the Bears. And hopefully Mitchell Trubisky is out and we can get another good game in where we can punch these fucking guys in the teeth. You guys have a good Sunday. I'm going to enjoy mine now that I'm off fucking work. I'm going to drink, and that's it. You guys have a good one. Wop out.
Man.
Peace.
Wop sounds really pissed that the Raiders won and he's off work and he has to drink, but, someone's got to do it.
I mean, somebody's got to do it, man.
Thanks for the call,
Why
Wop.
not you, Wop?
And I guess while we're here, I think you underlined a lot of things really well, but don't expect a lot of things to change. This is John's offense, and this is what Derek Carr can do. Just hope that they continue to hit those intermediate and deep routes, when opportunity strikes.
Yeah.
If not, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let's go to the 203. This looks like it might be a 2-parter, but not as long as you think.
What's up, Kenny, Jay, Kane, Pillagers? Just with Johnny. Calling in from the Tri-State.
There you
after
go.
a nice win. And this week, if Raider Nation were a music video, y'all would be that goldfish at the end of the Faith No More video, just flip-flop back and forth all over the place.
You
CC, that's my QB. Ride it out.
You can't have
We're going to be about 500 this year. I said it. 7 to 8, 9 wins. We still got holes and shit. Hey, you know what's up. The smart people that know football know what's up. Be prepared for a win, a loss, vice versa, win 2, lose 2. It's going to be a little break-even season, hopefully. I'll be disappointed if we get 5 or 6 wins, but it could happen. But hey, I don't believe the hype. It's building slowly. I'm trusting the process. Is what it is. Raider Nation, stop acting like that goldfish in the Faith No More video. Peace.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. It looks like Johnny called back with a little follow-up here.
What's up? This is just when Johnny. I had to call back again because I'm watching fucking Sunday night America Night in Football. And they're reviewing all the games and shit. This Who Dat Nation crap with these Saints fans just kills me. Sick of this Who Dat Nation. Who Dat Nation. I dated a girl from down there for a long time. and she was cool as hell. And when they won and everything, I never heard her say that shit once.
Uh-huh.
So you need to shut up with this Who Dat Nation. Fucking making me sick. You're going to need a fucking lollipop and a nice rave after this one. Peace out. Hashtag there.
Get your pacifier ready, Johnny. You're right. There is only one nation, and it is also represented very well in cloth by OneNationFanwear.com.
There you go.
And there is only one nation. There are imposters out there. I'll leave it up to you guys to sort out the good and the bad. Just know if it doesn't have that trademark Just Win Johnny One Nation logo on it, you're dealing with the fugazi.
Oh, shit.
And you need to stick with the real.
There you go.
Pay attention. The Pillaging Podcast got your back. Let's move on here to the 760.
Yeah, boy.
It's WAP. I just wanted to add one more thing.
This is a long one more thing. Buckle up, folks.
So all those guys that are jumping on the fucking Twitter right now saying, "Oh, Carr, we're all the haters." Listen, sit the fuck down.
Uh-oh.
It's one fucking game. The Colts have like 4 main people out today. Not to mention how many times they fucked up on different opportunities throughout the game. So sit your fucking ass down. Derek Carr didn't just blow the fucking doors off the Colts. Did he have a good game? Yeah, it was okay. It was good. I don't expect him to have 300 yards and 4 touchdowns every time, but let's not act like he just magically became 2016 Carr. No, this is a problem with Carr. He's not fucking consistent. If he stacks more games and he plays better, then hell yeah, I'll eat my crow happily. But I'm not jumping on the fucking Carr boat bandwagon that all these people like to jump on and say that he's going to be 2016. I've yet to see it. It's 2 games against 2 fucking shit-ass teams. Well, I should say 1 shit-ass team, but the Colts, come on, they had a lot of things going bad their way anyway. So, with that being said, sit the fuck down. He's not fucking back, all right? Let's just wait until we see some more consistency out the motherfucker before we crown him. All right? Maybe that's the reason why he does so bad all the time, is because people like that like to jump on him and say that he's great. No, you got to be consistent. Consistency matters. Swap out.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to get. It's going to be tough to get on that track this year, man. And I'm not making excuses for the guy, but this schedule is a brutal one. It's a brutal one. So let's see. Let's see what we got next week. Let's go to the 408. I got a feeling this is your boy Juice. I should have, and I kind of ran out of time today. I was going to invite Juice over because it's a nice balmy night here in the Crow's Nest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He wouldn't have been sweating bullets over here, man.
Yeah. Try to keep the guests out of here during the.
Except Bobby, you just got to deal with it, Bobby.
Bobby come over when he wants. He knows what the deal is.
What's up, nation? It's Juice. Kenny Kane, our boy Che. What's up, guys? Feels so much better when we win, right? So much better than last week.
Yep.
But that's the thing, right? Good teams are supposed to beat teams are supposed to beat.
Yeah.
Right? And so we did this week. Feels good. So happy. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm interested to see who the Reggie Nelson trash can player of the week is and who our MVP is. It should be interesting. But that's why last week sucked so bad, because, there's no shame in losing to Mini in Mini. It was the fact that, we didn't even compete last week. We got laughed off the field and it was terrible, right? So this week feels so much better because that shit can't happen anymore, right? Last week, that stuff cannot happen anymore. And, before the season, if we're being honest with ourselves, I think most of the guys, you guys are pretty level-headed. Most of us, whatever.
Who?
We know that we're not a playoff team. We know that. We're going to be a better team than we were last year, for sure. The NFL did us no favors. Our fucking schedule is brutal.
Never do.
But, our team is better than it was last year. It's just we're not going to have the wins to prove it, maybe. So we'll see. And I hate to keep bringing up old shit, right? But the situation with AB leaving us at the altar the way he did, that really hurt our offense. And I think we're starting to finally, figure that out. We're down to 1 receiver pretty much. Grant was trash. Nelson's a no-show. Renfro's getting bullied most of the time. So, he needs some help. Williams needs help. He's trying, but, they're putting the, safety over the top, corner underneath. It's making it really hard for him. Plus our O-line is pretty banged up. So it's just been rough. So this week, looked a little bit better. And I know the haters, the car haters, right, they come out. Everything needs to be perfect for him. You know, the offensive line needs to be perfect, receivers perfect. No, but he needs fucking NFL caliber starters around him. That's what he needs. And, this game proves that he can play. He can play well when things are going well. And he is getting help from Josh Jacobs. That kid's no ho. I'm excited to watch him. He's awesome out there. I haven't been this fired up to watch one of our running backs in a long, long time. So that's good to see. And Waller's out there doing his thing. He's a solid tight end. Today was exciting. I don't know. I mean, I kind of sound repetitive or whatever, but it feels good. And on defense, our boy Burfict. Here, I'll pause for you to do the sound effect.
Perfect.
All right. Anyway, he needs to play smarter. When we signed him, I wrote on the blog, he's a walking 15-yard penalty. For sure. And I like our middle linebacker aggressive. We need that. We want him to intimidate and scary. But he also needs to understand how important he is to our defense, and we need him out there. So hopefully, he.
Ran out of time right there. I think he follows up. Good call so far. We'll jump right back in. Before we do, Darren Waller's 7 receptions today, 53 yards, leading wide receiver. And you make a good point. There's no bona fide receiver in this core. Tyrell Williams obviously getting the job done when he can. We did see today how he can be a liability with his hands. At times, I won't say it's as bad as we've seen in the past with some of our other guys. Doss getting involved with 1 reception. The rookie tight end Foster Moreau showing up. So obviously Derek Carr stable of tight ends. Williams doing what he can when he can. And after that, it's really just getting where you fit in.
Wow. Really wants lunch, huh?
Yeah, it's really pissing me off. Sorry, that was a video in another tab. Just getting in where you fit in. I'd like to see these running backs get more involved in the passing game, especially next week against Chicago. So let's jump in with Juice's follow up and closure here.
There you go.
Oh dang, I'm one of those guys. My call went too long. Sorry guys, I'll try to land this plane. My point was we need Perfect out there. I did like Harris. Harris, him out there with Joseph. Joseph, by the way, is playing pretty solid this year. I know Abram was getting all the attention, but Joseph's playing solid.
He is.
I like the combo with Harris back there. I don't know if it's because it's their second year together, second year in the system together, whatever.
It's definitely.
But
that.
hopefully we keep him out there. He did good today.
And Riley was supposed to be the guy. I mean, the wins early on were saying Riley's pushing Joseph. Well, I think Joseph is hopefully he can get something done this season to retain him because it looks like they declined the option. But Joseph made a difference today.
Absolutely, man. We already know Joseph's style of play.
Mm-hmm.
It's downhill. He likes to make contact. He got an opportunity to do that, to showcase that today. He had a tackle for loss in the backfield. He made some big hits on a couple of receivers. I'm not sure how many tackles he finished with. Maybe you can pull that up for us, Kenny. But KJ, he just needs to be in a scheme where he can flourish, man, where he can have where he can use his abilities, his skill set to be successful. I think we're starting to see that. We know that he struggles a little bit. He struggled a little bit last week, being the lone man back. But we saw him out there this week, and he seemed to hold up a little bit better.
4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 tackle for loss.
There you go.
Not too bad.
I'm not mad at that, man. And you got to also take into consideration, Carl Joseph is a safety. If your safety is making 10, 15 tackles a game, you're probably not doing too well on defense, man. Right? You're probably giving up some big plays. You're giving up big chunk yardage, on maybe 3rd and long, which seems to be a problem, right? So it's a good thing when your safeties don't lead the team in tackles. It's a good thing when your linebackers and your guys that are in the box are leading in tackles. Can't be mad at it.
Can't be mad at all.
Winner showed up. He stepped up. Time for him to wake up. The first 3 games, I was like, dude, he's as worthless as Key. What's going on here? I know he brings leadership, but I need him to make some plays. The D-line still needs some work. Pass rush needs to get there. And I don't know if any of them understand the meaning of outside contained. They were just crashing in the middle, and the Colts were getting around the end at will. It was pissing me off. But, get back to Derek Carr, he definitely played like shit last week, and he deserved all the criticism he got. But, this week, much better. He showed he could play. He showed he could, what he can do. We can't just tear him down after, a bad game. We also can't crown him after one good game. But, I've been in his corner, and I really want him to do well. Matter of fact, one of my best friends on the planet, he grew up a couple of houses down from Kenny. All through the 90s, his parents had an autograph, matted, framed Joe Montana jersey hanging above the fireplace. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I would tell my dad, how come we don't have a Jim Plunkett one up? He's like, oh, you going to pay for it? Anyway, so, my wife, after the 2017 season, got me an autographed Carr jersey. And that thing's put away in my closet. I'm just waiting. So I just think, he proved he could play, and we just need, some better supporting cast around him, some patience, and, hopefully it all works out. Anyway, Kenny, next time, if Jay can't make it, Bobby can't make it, give me a call, man. I'll be like, Mikey from Swingers. I'll be the guy behind the guy behind the guy. Anyways, man, I'll catch you guys later. Go Raiders!
That's it. Go Raiders.
Yeah, that's right. That's what's up. Good call, brother.
Good call.
That's your boy Juice.
He just put himself on the call list.
There you go.
The substitute list.
The substitute.
Let's go to the 909.
Yo, what's up, man? Big Pomona in the house. Pomona in the house.
Pomona.
Oh, man, that's a fucking exciting day. A little fucked up 11 hours later, but who gives a fuck? Quick thoughts. I want to say that was nice. That was a good ass win that we got right there. They almost played a little Marty ball to give it away, but you know what? In the end of shit, with Eric Harris intercepted the ball for a touchdown, I was like, hell yeah. All right, man. So, other things. Max Crosby, Josh Morrow, motherfuckers are beasts, and even though they can't get to the quarterback, biggest problem with the defense, can't get to the quarter fucking back. But hands up, block the ball, make tackles when you can. They did pretty good and shit, dog. We need a few more linebackers, because these guys are here. Morrow is balling. Morrow's hurt. And if you don't know that shit, Morrow is hurt. We need more fucking linebackers. John Gruden, step the fuck up. Sign some motherfucking people. Che, my nigga, what's up, fool? Oh man, I'm so fucked up right now. I'm drinking Goose. Like I said earlier, Goose is the best IPA out there, bro, for real. Alright, so, Mr. Kenny, what's up, dog?
What up?
I smoked a lot of weed earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna smoke with you guys again. I'll meet you guys in the next few weeks.
He's like,
if I can see my leg.
what does Kenny like to do?
All right, player. Have a good time, man. Fucked up. I want to give the game ball goes to the defense. Fuck the offense. Game ball goes to the defense. How you like that? Kane, what's up, dog? Defense, Marcus Joyner. DeMarcus, what the motherfucker's name is?
LaMarcus
Joyner. Game ball goes to him. Later.
Yeah, dog.
Joyner got kind of called out too after last week, and I think he really stepped up this week. Again, huge difference maker in the game. Can't argue with that. I love that. It's like, oh, Che, I had this beer. Easy connection right there. Kenny, let me think. Smoked a lot of weed today. I see you, bruh. I see you.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was a great call,
yeah.
Pomona.
I say that because I love that. Pomona in the house.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure, man. Let's here it is right here. You know who this is from sunny Denver, Colorado.
There you go.
Kenny Che, it's your boy 303. Happy Sunday. Oh man, what a great day. Of course, we're going to talk about the Raiders win, but I'll tell you, I just
should I play the beginning of his call from last week? I'll just play it.
After the Donkeys lost, I went and grabbed a beer across the street at one of the bars by my house.
You got damn right.
People look distraught in Denver. I love it. Anyways, let's get to what's more important. Wow, what a great game. I predicted us winning today. So
Wait, no, let's not, because there's nothing else more important than a Raider win. Or I should say, the one thing The one thing behind that would be a Denver loss.
Yeah.
And they lost in dramatic fashion.
Oh, yeah.
today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it wasn't on
Beautiful.
Joe Flacco. It was on that vaunted Denver defense.
Yeah,
They
man.
choked it up.
They
So,
just ain't getting it done, man.
goddamn right they looked distraught today.
I'm not totally surprised, but of course, how we win, you can never really predict. But wow, what a great overall balanced team win, right? Carr looked sharp, did enough. And that one mistake on the handoff, I mean, I don't know who you can blame on that one. I always think it's the quarterback, but overall, Carr played winning football, right? Look, a couple of those TD throws, man, those were dimes. And the one to Williams where he dropped, come on, man, you got to grab that.
Yeah.
Jacobs finally got involved in the passing game. You know, he's not really fast, but he's got some good wiggle. I like him.
He's
man.
quick.
He can make some moves. He's more shifty than I thought.
Yeah.
He looked great overall. You know, dual threat, and the defense, man, did again enough. I mean, a little bit disturbing that we're not getting that pass rush. And what the hell's going on with Arden Key, man? That guy just seems like to run the wrong way all the freaking time. But
Yeah.
this draft class is looking great. I love Mad Max Crosby, dude. That dude has a motor, and when he puts on some size, holy smokes, man. But anyway, and Gruden, man, some good play calling, but I'm still a little bit confused as to why in the second half of games we just don't score points.
Right.
Is it that? I mean, I understand there's another team that's game planning for you, but Gruden's adjustments at halftime. You know, I mean, again, hanging on the win. Good thing we got that pick six. Good. I mean, I think last year was the only time we got a pick six. Last year was with Conley. I mean, it doesn't happen that much with Raider Nation. But hey, a win's a win. We're 2-2. I had us 2-2 at the quarter point. Now we're off to London. It's going to be very interesting. We have to have, obviously, a balanced attack, man. You do not want Carr throwing the ball 30-plus times against Chicago. No way. And I like our defensive chances against, you know, Chicago. As long as we don't turn over the ball because, you know, that's what the Bears live off of, a short field. If we do that, I like our chances. But anyways, good victory. Good that we won. I know everyone's excited. And this is your boy 303, and I'm out.
Yeah, boy.
Great call, 303. Glad to hear the pep is back in your step
Yeah, a
this
little
week,
pep
man.
is back, bro.
303 is like our barometer here on the Pillaging Podcast, so we appreciate that a lot, tremendously. 831, this is your boy, Bobby Wasabi.
Yeah, Bobby
What
Wasabi.
up, Chenny? It's your boy, Bobby Wasabi. Finally getting a fucking W. My voice is a little whack, dude.
Yeah.
I'm screaming at the goddamn zebras, dude. What kind of bullshit was that, dude? No holding. Fucking Josh Jacobs getting face mask. That's some fucking straight
It's true.
bullshit.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm glad you called that out.
Yeah.
Shay pointed that out, too. And that last play where we gambled on the blitz, Carl Joseph is held that whole time. There's a very good chance he gets to Jacoby there, or at least hurries that pass. So you're goddamn right.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. I ain't trying to be all negative over here. I'm just trying to get that out of the way, dude.
Hey.
You know how these fuckers like to do.
They do.
And not only that, they fucking throwing out Burfict. That's some bullshit, dude.
Perfect.
Props to Burfict. I had to give it to him. Sorry. I know he got thrown out, but hey, you know what? He set the fucking tone. Everybody was talking about how we were 7-point underdogs. We were going to get blown out. You know, we're no good no more. And he basically showed what's up. We're still here. We still hidden. Don't forget where the hell you at. So that was awesome right there, dude.
All right,
it
all
sucks that he got thrown out. I don't think he deserved to get thrown out, but that's whatever the fuck, you know? And not only that, I was actually having a conversation last week about what did I want to see on the field first, the offense or the defense. Obviously, we always want to see the defense, but I had said the offense. Why? Because I wanted to see them come out there and I wanted to see them actually put points on the board. I wanted to see them hit on the one, like James Brown always said it. You hit it on the one. So that was good that we got to see that go down. And one more thing. Talked about it last week, how Coach Chevy Gruden over here is going on this vacation with everybody. Now we're going on a European vacation. And you know what? I said it again last time. You got to get Randy Quaid out there, man. You got to get them crazy plays out there, dude. Make everybody guess. I mean, dude, come on, dude. Davis got some motherfucking wheels, dude. That cat is fast.
Yeah.
But not fast enough to outrun fucking Musburger's
zippity-doo-dah, and it's a touchdown for the Raiders. That's just sad, bro. I'd rather have Malcolm do the fucking radio, fucking play-by-play. He'd probably blow out the speakers in my eardrums, doing it, but I'd probably have a better time hearing him doing that shit than Musburger.
Yeah, I will say, because I was listening to some of it on my way back, just kind of, get it back fresh in my head again. Musburger, man, that first touchdown, I understand from where they're standing. It's a 17-yard pass, and he's real excited. Ball's up in the air, car pushes downfield, and we got a touchdown on that play. Raiders touchdown. Really, dude? That's the excitement.
Well, even on the run by the reverse by Davis, right?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of hesitates. Like, he's not. I don't know if he just didn't see it. He didn't see him break through the final blocks, but he kind of hesitates, and then it's like, he takes it to the but it was already in there, bro. Like, come on, dog. He broke past those last two tackles like a long time ago, man. Come on, get excited, dog.
Brent's voice. If you followed Brent in the past, I will say his voice lends a certain sort of patois.
Yeah.
As Joey Diaz would say, but a certain a certain timbre to the game. It sounds like an important game if you followed the history of Brent Musburger. But outside of that, he just really hasn't found his comfort level, I think, with this team and with the attitude he needs to bring the broadcast. The good news is Lincoln Kennedy is on top of it with the color commentary.
Yeah, Lincoln's killing it, man.
He's really crushing it. So now I know why he looks so tired after games, because he's putting in a lot of work. If you like Chalk Talk with Kennedy and you happen to have Game Pass, NFL Game Pass, you could actually listen back to the broadcast. It's a really nice way to learn more about the game after you've seen it. Put that on after you listen to our podcast. Just listen to it again in the car if you got Game Pass, because Lincoln's doing a hell of a job. If you like that Chalk Talk, you're basically getting that every 45 seconds on this radio broadcast.
Yep.
You get some nice in-depth analysis live as it happens. So let's see what Bobby finishes off here.
All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go ahead and keep smoking and try to chillax the voice, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Bobby Wasabi out.
Yeah,
Bobby
Thanks
Wasabi.
for calling in, Bobby. Bobby and I tried to get together earlier in the week, or I should say, what was that, possibly, it was a Saturday night, last night, and we were going to get together maybe last night, but it couldn't work out. Both of us had family functions to attend to.
It happens.
That's more important. Had a good time. Last phone call of the night, the 360.
Kenny Che Kane, what's up, Pillages? This is Pete. How we doing?
Man,
it's a lot easier to
want to be a Pillaged podcast if Pete didn't drop some knowledge.
Yeah, it's your boy Pete, man.
Call in after a win and do a show. Been listening to shit, trying to hit you on the live, but it's all good. You know what I mean? Man, got a lot of good stuff to take out of this, and I'm not going to say that I'm worried, but I'm a little miffed. Because remember when I called in last week and said that I burned my Raider shirt? I got to find something else to burn now. Okay, I'm gonna look for a couple more Raider fans to invite over. I'm gonna light something on fire. I've been looking up some chants and shit like that, but damn it, we got it done. A lot of good stuff being said. Derek Carr, John Gruden, this, that, whatever. Let's just take.
You could set Antonio Brown's midterms on fire. That'd be cool.
Take it as it is, guys. Come on now, it's a win. We all know what we're all thinking, man. But it's just good stuff. The Ryan Davis thing is justified in my shit, if you ask me now. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about next week. I want to make this note that what we were talking about. For one, I'm going to make this point. I think the Matt Nagy dude for Chicago, I find him to be overrated as a play caller. I mean, of course, they're talented enough. I'm sure they're going to try and figure something out or pull something out of the hat against our defense. But we'll have to see. Number two, we're talking about how good this defense is. We're all up in the group chat talking about what's going to go down with the defense. The front seven is fucking fantastic. And actually, it's the Hicks guy I'm worried about, the defensive tackle. He's huge. And the middle linebacker, Roquan Smith, as we remember from the draft a year ago when we took Colton. But the thing is, here's what I've noticed about them. They just don't deal well with misdirection. That week one game against Aaron Rodgers, the only play they scored on was a fake rollout, fucking whoop-wop 4-yard pass. And that's Derek Carr's special all day. They just don't do well with that, so I'm looking to see that with watching a lot of film. And number two, this running back that everyone's trying to get sold on for him, he's, I'm going to say it like this, he's no Josh Jacobs. Like, to be honest with you, I'm actually don't feel threatened by the running game at all. So, like, if we just keep bringing this consistency, then I feel like we're going to have a good game. That's all I got to say. Anywho, I'm finished the cello, get back to the show. Let's just enjoy this win, Raider Nation, everybody. Please. Let's enjoy it while we can. Get a long road trip, and damn it, our boys came out with some attitude, and I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing. Let's re-sign Montez for 2 more years. Screw this. I'm on that train. Anyways, talk to y'all late. Be good.
I like it, man.
That's a good segue because we're going to get into talking about the Chicago Bears. And I'm glad you said that about the misdirection. You have a defense in Chicago that's very fired up. They like to get in there. They like to get in fast. The best way to counteract that was counter and misdirection, right?
There you go.
Get Derek Carr out of the pocket. Offensive line is thinning out a little bit right now. Just when we thought we were going to get flush, here we are again with Devy out. That's a big hit right there. So get Derek Carr flushed out of the pocket and on the move. I want to see some bootlegs. I want to see some open grass in front of Derek Carr. Che, I'm going to set up the open phone line right now because I had it closed off after what happened last week.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to him a little bit about what you see being some keys to the game in the Chicago matchup.
Well, I mean, I think you're saying the obvious, right? Let's keep that defense off of Carr. We already know who's over there on the other side. Your boy Mac, he's still very good friends with Carr, but damn if he isn't going to be out there trying to get a sack or 2. We also know that Mac is very, very good at stripping the ball, right? So we want to protect the ball. That defense, that Chicago defense is so good at causing turnovers, whether it be interceptions, forced fumbles, all that kind of stuff. So we got to protect the ball. We cannot turn the ball over against Chicago. We got to make their offense actually perform, bro. Okay? So your boy brought up a good point. Listen, that running back over there, I know they're high on him. They think he's something that they can develop. But he's not putting up gaudy numbers. He's not like,
was that Montgomery?
Yeah, David Montgomery. He's not putting up crazy numbers.
Should we take this?
Let's go. Let's take it, man. We'll come back to the thought.
Call from
Hardcore Raider.
All right.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
There's Hardcore Raider.
Let's go, Hardcore.
What's up, HC?
Hey, what up, Pillagers? Kenny, Shay, how you guys doing?
We're doing real good, dog.
Feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Yeah.
Hardcore, I'm going to ask you to turn your radio down in the background.
All right, hold on. I'm going to click off my headphones. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, getting a little feedback there.
A little bit of feedback.
You know, and the other thing, too, about this game, they're both going into London. They both got to travel. The Raiders left tonight. Sunday night, so hopefully they get a little acclimated. I don't know what the Bears' travel schedule is. I do know when I made a trip to London, it kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I stayed with the host family. They're like, go ahead and lay down. We know you're tired. I woke up. I was like, did I miss dinner? They're like, you missed breakfast. It's tomorrow. And I was like, oh, shit.
Hey, if you slept a little longer, you would have missed lunch, too.
So what I'm looking at, what I'm expecting from this game, it's going to be a war of attrition. It's going to be more paper cuts. And you're going to need that next week. You're going to need it's all about, Che just told you, it's all about ball security.
Yeah.
I wish I had that Belichick drop. Still ball security. That was on a different show. That was on it. Never mind. So I think that's what it's going to be. It's just really about, like you said, making our defense put the pressure on their offense. We know what their defense is. Protect the football. Take what you can get. It might be a battle of field goals. I think this is going to be a low-scoring, kind of clunky, awkward game.
Yeah.
That's just what the way these international games look. That's the way they work. And it's just the team that makes the most mistakes is going to lose. And that sounds like a John Maddenism.
Right.
But, I mean, really, like, emphasis on that this week. Don't be the first one to make a mistake in this game.
Yeah.
Because momentum's going to be huge, and both teams are going to be looking to grab whatever they can.
Well, and that's where I'm saying, like, it's key for Carr to protect the ball. So I know we have our issues with Carr getting out of plays, throwing shit into the dirt. But a lot of that I feel is really Gruden design. Like, Gruden's like, don't fucking try to do something that's fucking out of the ordinary. Don't try to do anything fucking too spectacular.
Live to play another down.
And let's just fucking, it's not there, throw the fucking shit away and let's let our defense try to fucking get the ball back for us so we can go out there.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see a lot of that this game, specifically because of the type of defense that we're going to be facing and because that quarterback on the other side isn't going to be the regular quarterback. So what you want to see is our defense forcing that quarterback to make plays. Now, Whether he does or he doesn't, that's yet to be seen. But I like our chances when you're putting the ball in the hands of Chase Daniels when their fucking starting quarterback has had his own issues in that offense, right? So stop the run game and force them to throw the ball. And who knows, maybe fucking Harris takes it to the house, or maybe even somebody else takes one to the house, dog. You know?
Hardcore, get in here, man. It's time to get your thoughts in here, bro. What do you think some of these keys for next week are going to be? What do you think goes down in this game?
Well, I think Che had some really good points, he said. And, like, you know, I think Gruden, I think it's kind of all over the place sometimes because he's like, you know, preseason, he's like, Carr, you know, can you run like Peterman? And then Carr's diving like, you know, like he's in the Olympics trying to break the long jump record for a first down. And then the next game, you see Carr sliding like instantly. And like when maybe he could have gone outside, he probably would have got tackled still against the Vikings. But, you know, I think Gruden just kind of bounces back and forth, you know, and I think that kind of messes up Derek Carr and like his thought process where Carr is probably the kind of leader where he just like needs one direction and go, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, with the game planning and what I see, like Alec Ingold is a really good catching fullback. And, you know, we haven't seen none of that Spider Y2 banana. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see Ingold get some catches, you know? I want to see Jacobs get some more catches. You know, they definitely utilized him. You know, he was on fire there for a minute, and that was helping out. I think rotating some running backs in definitely helped us. But one of the things with Gruden's offense, you know, well, for this team, we got to see 4 quarters of football. You know, like everybody that does podcasts and stuff was talking about it, and you know about Gruden starting on, you know, beginning of games, he'd start out like on fire and then it just kind of fizzles out. You know, he gets like too conservative and takes his foot off the gas. We got to see more out of the play calling and the whole team to put a dagger in guys, because if we leave good teams hanging in there, I mean, you know, it's not going to end up with a W. And we really got even lucky this game. That game could have flipped the other way. We were battling with momentum the whole time, but you know, I want to see like Josh Jacobs as far as the offense. I want to see Josh Jacobs do some more like motions, you know, go from being a single back set, put him out wide receiver, take him from wide receiver, put him in a single back set, you know, let's run like a trip set and, you know, maybe it's a pass, maybe it's a run, but let's keep some of the same formations. You know, it seemed like a lot of Gruden's play calling, he'll do like a tight end bunch, and then it's like, obviously it's a run where like, if you look at, you know, other teams, you know, do a tight end fake block and then he rolls out for a pass for a big play. You know, I want to see like some more creativity because we don't have the talent just to burn people. And we definitely need to be taking some more shots down the field. Carr went in shotgun this game. We hadn't seen that really yet, if I recall right. And so I think that was huge. You know, I think that gives Carr a couple extra seconds or even an extra second to look down the field and scan where he's going. So I think that was huge and smart on their part to allow Carr to either be behind the center or switch it to be going out of the shotgun.
And that's if we kind of and that's part of that check with me, and that's definitely showing, you know, Derek Carr's influence into the game planning going into this week. We know Derek Carr likes working out of the shotgun. I like what you said about motion. It's the best way to get the defense to tip their hand before the snap. We saw a little bit more of that today. We saw some nice motion on that reverse, the end around. Sorry, you know.
Man, were they tuned in to us last week when we were talking about like move fucking
very possible. Very possible. Did hear Lincoln Kennedy refer to perfect as perfect today on the broadcast. So we are living inside your head, okay, rent free, and we appreciate the room. You know, I think those are all really good, really sound points. You're going to see Richard getting more action, I think, next week because of his proficiency in the pass blocking game. Same thing with Josh Jacobs. Maybe a little bit less Washington last week. I know they rely on him a lot to spell Jacobs, you know, but I think that drop pass today by Washington, that's got to shake your confidence a little bit. Right. That's one big thing they rely on a lot of 33 to do. So I think the Raiders can eat by getting, you know, cheap yards in the flat next week and really setting your special teams up to do their job. Again, this is going to be one of those slow, you know, clunky, awkward international games against a team with a great defense and a team in the Raiders that have a capable defense. win the battle of field position. Let special teams win this game for you if you have to. If it comes down to it, there is a third phase of football, and we don't talk about it enough, and it is special teams. Sorry to kind of get in your way there, Hardcore, but let you continue on.
No, I think that's great. I mean, those are some awesome points, and let's see what this Trevor Davis can do. Let's get Doss more involved. I mean, one of my main critiques is the dink and dunk versus the deep pass. But if they're rushing their defensive ends, play action is not going to work for guys like Mac. It's just not. No. It's going to delay it too much, and Carr's going to get sacked. We have to get away from that when we're going up against teams that have to have guys like Mac that, or a lot of the defensive ends we've gone against that have that talent that can get to the quarterback fast, and especially with our offensive line dinged up. So to me, like the best way is to like throw over the middle. It usually opens up a really like a quick slant, like a one-step cut in the middle, have Carr roll out more, have him do like an Aaron Rodgers and like Carr was doing in 2016. Let him get out of that pocket and, throw some of those balls, while he's on the run. And, something I wanted to re-listen to something. Raider Cody interviewed David Carr about 6 months ago or so. And as I was like debating this whole Carr issue and stuff, I was thinking about that podcast when David was like, Gruden came up to me, at like the 8th or 10th game last year. And he's like, I think I just need to let your brother air it out some more. And then like we started seeing Carr be more of like a better quarterback towards the end of the season. And we were all saying that. And then the podcast comes out like later. We're like, well, no kidding, So, but everybody's held accountable this year, in my opinion. This is last year in Oakland, 100th year in the NFL, 60th year of the Oakland Raiders. Everybody that has worn that jersey, silver and black, from Charles Woodson, Marcus Allen, Howie Long, Kenny Stabler, every single one of those guys, these players, even though they weren't part of that, they got to pay homage to those guys that wore that jersey, man. This has to be an honor to those guys, and they all have to step up to the plate. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not good enough. It's great to have a win, but John Gruden's got to step up. Carr has to step up. All the rookies, people filling in for injured players, everybody is held accountable this year. Mm-hmm. And so we got to see him put it together. This is a huge game. This is like a playoff game. Yeah. We can't come out of that with Mac getting like 5 or 6 sacks or the Bears winning and then us being the laughing stock of the NFL because defensive ends are hard to find. Mm-hmm. Dude, that line just drove me crazy last year. We can't have that again, man.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Hardcore, man. Appreciate you calling in. Some good points there. Thank you.
All right. Love you guys. Take it easy.
Peace out, brother.
Yeah, some good points. I think you put Pete's points together with Hardcore's points there, and you have a pretty good, solid game plan for this game coming up. Just take care of the football. I take yards where you can get them, man. Jace Daniels is a bit of a wild card here. You always get the new quarterback come in, right? And when it does,
there's no film on him. There's no film on him, so you don't know what he's good at. You're not really sure what he's capable of. Mm-hmm. It's still kind of a.
But if he was good at anything, he wouldn't be a backup in Chicago, right?
This is true.
Am I right?
This is true. Shit. Fuck, those are facts, right?
Those are facts, man.
Facts, though.
Facts machine. So let's see what happens. I told you guys last week, I thought this Indy game was the first true barometer of who the Oakland Raiders are this year. I thought it was a Denver game until we found out who Denver is. So I think it's a barometer. This is a team that was evenly matched with the Raiders. Yeah. And now we know the Raiders are a team that can beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Unfortunately, they've crumbled against greater competition. I was hoping they'd be more competitive in those games, not expecting them to win. But now we get to see a little further. Are the Raiders a team capable of stealing games that are stealable? Right. And we've said a lot now about the Chicago game. Che, can you and I agree that this game can be stolen if played properly?
No, absolutely, man. I was talking your pops earlier before we came up to the studio, and I said exactly that. I was like, there's a very good possibility we can get this game, mm-hmm. right? There's a lot of things that are playing in our favor. Now, we got to go out there with the right game plan, and we got to make sure that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, right? So protect the ball. Don't turn it over. Be good in every element of the game, special teams, defense, and offense, and run the ball down their throats, man. Like your boy Hardcore said, like we don't want to put Carr in throwing the ball 30, 40, 50 times, dog. That's not a good sign for us, first of all. And secondly, you got an elite pass rush over there in Chicago.
Yeah.
Mainly with your boy, Mac. And you don't want to put your guy in that situation where he has to deal with that onslaught of people coming after him play after play after play. So run the ball early, get some big chunks out of there, and hopefully get a lead. And then let's try to hold on to that.
Milk it, yeah. You're going to see more of what you hate, but it's going to be a major key to winning this next game.
But you won't fucking complain if it works and we fucking win that game. You're not going to complain if we do what we saw today. We get a lead, we hold on, we fight, we tug, whatever we got to do, scratch and fucking all that stuff to get out that building with a W. If it comes out with a W, you're going to be happy about it, man.
Keep the trickery and the motion coming, John Gruden. You're going to need that next week. We went into that max protect against Minnesota.
Yeah.
They called us out. You saw it in all the post-game write-ups. So you got to stay out of that. You got to keep it fluid. And you get Derek Carr moving around. Take what they give you in this game. Protect the ball and get out. Just last till the very end. I like our chances if we're in it in the fourth quarter. Thanks for the calls, guys. Really solid this week. Let's get into some shout-outs.
Shout-outs!
And we'll head on out of here. On Twitter, shout out to Dam Lovio, or Dame Lovio, I'm not sure. Autumn Raider 34, Fabio Nation 24, JK Raider 99. Shout out to Sweet Dreams, LJ 23, J Reed 94, Luke Marcus Cisneros, Lifer Raider, P Hoy T, Allen with a lot of A's, Ken Longman, the Ken Longman, he wants you to know, Everett Cowings, Stu Bro, Strange Faced, Saber Raider, Don Douglas, Wizard of Sports, Jason W, Jules 5150, Cali Raider 06, Tony Mac 23, Anthony Carrillo, BMW Schaefer, Acavelli, Raider Shields, Raider Nation with the NZN. I'm assuming that's Nation. FL Raider Girl down in Florida. Frederick Brown, B. Crabtree, Tony Capil, Genzo, Darren C. Vitoni, Prissy Savage, OG Zax with 2 X's, Daniel Limon, John Cheatham, Carl Ken III, Reamcore, and SAP6306 on YouTube. Shout out to Carlito, Valentino, Membreno 87, Tyler Lewis, Joshua Ternagi, 51 Lou, and Ricky 7. Shout out to you guys. A couple of you guys joined during the show. We'll get you shouted out next week.
That's right.
Anybody on IG?
Yeah, we got a few over here. So shout out to Willie Ho 1. We got shout out to Paper Tiger 41. E-Fish 27, our boy Chris Weissong, and shout out to Jay Kelly 323.
Very well done. I want to give a very special and big shout out to David and Melody. Thank you for the donation this week. It came in really handy, and your message. We appreciate what you guys do, okay? You guys say you appreciate what we do. We appreciate that. It is a lot of work going into this. But if it wasn't for y'all, like we always say, we'd be talking to ourselves. And that's not a bad thing anyways, because Che and I have been doing that. So we're just glad we get to turn on the mics and the cameras and hang out with you guys every week. So shout out to you.
Yeah.
Also, again, big shout out to Kenneth McCardo and Daryl Padilla. You guys are always in that donation box, and don't think I don't notice it. Your donations add up week after week after week, and able to do what we do here for you guys. So if you guys want to donate, again, paypal.me/PJ4F. You can find the link probably in the link of this video. If not, just paypal.me/PJ4F. It's in our Twitter bio everywhere, and you can find it. And if not, go to our website, pj4f.com, and click on the donation tab there. That'll take you straight there. Also on our website, the DC4L Custom Tees link, we're working on getting a One Nation tab up there too. I think Johnny's going to get some pillaging gear up for us, and we'll see. There's more pillaging gear to come. So if you want something fresh, something brand new, or maybe you just want a nice lid to put on top of your hat, all that stuff's coming soon. That's right, Johnny. I'll put you on the spot. No rush, Johnny. Though, let the genius do its work. We are patient. We've been waiting, and we will continue to wait because it is worth it. Make sure you call in every week. Leave a message to be played on air, 408-909-PJFF, and download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. You can call the show straight from the app. You can listen to every single episode we've ever put out. You can go straight to our website. You can find all of our social media streams. Everything everything Pillaging in one place. And guess what? It's free. Go download that to your phone right now.
That's right.
Again, big shout out to DC4L Custom Tees. If you like our logo and you want it on something else, let Dan know. He'll probably whip something up for you. I know my lady wants some female gear, so I need to get on that as well. Don't let your lady cut up your old Pillaging t-shirts. Holler at Dan, man. Get you that nice tank.
There you go.
Or something, man. And when you buy a hoodie, make sure you buy two, because you know your lady's going to steal yours. You know what's going to happen, and you're going to let her do
Those
it.
are facts, man. Those are facts. What are you going to do? You're going to tell her no? Then you're in the doghouse, dog.
Hey.
Then you're really in the doghouse. Just you're going to hand over that sweater. Get two of them, though.
It's hoodie season. It is
hoodie season.
Buy a size up, because you're going to layer up. You're going to layer. You want that underneath your jersey, don't you? I know I do. Be sure to listen to our network partners, the Ladies of Darkness podcast, the Put on Waivers podcast, put out by Dwayne nearly every single day of the week. East Coast Nation, that's Raider Nation over there in the NY. We'll see you guys soon. The No Ledge podcast, hinting at a comeback, so stay tuned for that. Nez and Ant, they're dealing with some geographical obstacles right now, but Ant's crushing it at college, so we look to see them coming back pretty soon here. Of course, the Inebriation podcast, your extended Chela segment on the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, and brand new, the Blackout Podcast, episode 5, released just before this game. I'm sure 6 is coming on the heels of that very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And the Crow's Nest Podcast, which is currently also on hiatus. We'll work that out here eventually and have a little bit more fun in the studio after hours with y'all. In the meantime, make sure you keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug. And pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Chick.
We out here. Peace.